I said, fuck you. You bring up my culture, I'm not gonna have it. I'll bomb your car while you're in traffic. I'm an Islamic fanatic. I'll put no can do in a box, and Iron Psalm is a faggot.
So, y'all want to know the real reason that we had problems in grind time? Y'all want to know the real reason we had problems in grind time? Yeah. Shit, me too. Might have been all in this guy's mind. I mean, when I picture what was at stake and follow the timeline, D was only beefing because I was in my prime, because we had never met before. They had rappers on every floor, and you paid Cap Callus to book my room next to yours. Since you don't know the difference between real life and a message board, you trolled the hallway all day posting up on my bedroom door. The whole weekend, you followed me. No drama or static. Then hopped on camera in your battle and you called me a faggot. And I'll never forget this. With Pumpkinhead as my witness, you ran right out of the ring to me and begged for forgiveness. It was awkward and kind of just weird. Offered to buy me a beer, talking right in my ear, apologizing for years about a line that Bashir took time to prepare that I didn't hear because I wasn't watching your battle because I didn't care. See, between love and hate, there's a thin line, but for Diz, no disconnect. So everybody that Diz respects becomes someone he disrespects. From the indirects to the blatant hate. In your Twitter rants, you've discussed me, but you're on my dick the second we're face to face trying to give me dap. You disgust me with your rants and your 10-page speeches, talking junk about smack more than an NA meeting. If you and URL's relationship something you can't prepare, you know what a real gangster would do? Just not battle there. What's wrong with King of the Dot? You know what I'm saying? You hate the East Coast because we never gave you support. We gave you hip-hop culture, Diz. We gave you the sport, the way that you walk, your dress code, the slang that you talk. You from the Fresh Coast? Son, the word fresh came from New York. You pull your iPhone out your pocket in battles. Awesome example of how all of the raps that you spit you got from the Apple. I mean, y'all know his notes section's just a pad full of writtens. So what, it's cool to do that now because cannabis did it? You such a fucking hip-hop purist? How's that a crutch you still rely on? We seen Diz sell out in battles more than Malathion. You call street rappers phony, but your gun bars be dialed out. It's like you can't get a line out without a 9 now. The principles he been talking, we don't never see him walking. It's all theory, you don't really stand for shit, you Stephen Hawking. It's so feeble. Flint, Michigan, it's so feeble. Flint, Michigan tap water, your flow's lethal, but only because the poison you fed them misled your own people. You're not a terrorist, you're a tourist, a gimmick, pointing your fingers at our flaws like a critic to hide your fraudulent image. The real perpetrator's you, but you don't want to admit it. You're like the coward who killed Cyrus and said the warriors did it. Oh, you fucking hypocrite! You whore for attention, you exhibitionist, you preach what you don't practice, give a speech and contradict the shit, you overdose or coke in the nose, emotional roller coaster, you opportunist, you Brutus Judas, you culture vulture. I hate you, but it's my fault because I stepped out of this ring and turned my queen to my ex-wifey. And I prayed her new suitor would be a king who was just like me. I walked away from this woman who was the love of my life. And I can't stand that her new man just ain't fucking her right. See, when you were still trying to see her through the bottom tier and the future of battle rap was not as clear, I was here, been a pioneer the entirety of my career. I made this backpack shit take off. I'm the Rocketeer. I spelled out this path to give y'all some direction, put myself on the map so you could follow the legend. What I deserve, I achieved with just a verse and a beat. I didn't work for a fee, and what I earned wasn't free. Went on a murdering spree, hit every curb in the street. When it was 30 degrees, I was still burning MCs. In terms of this league, my words and my schemes are the birds and the bees that spur sperm and the seeds. What emerged was this league. So you're the MC. You are because you were birthed from my breed. I didn't quit and come back. I took maternity leave. I fathered your whole existence, Diz. You learned this from me, then played the role of an heir you're unworthy to be. You're not Solomon reborn. You've been keeping my seat warm. A Diz-figured version of me. That's how D formed. And the Commodore and Eli might seem like a lovely option till you realize in real life what it feels like without Nucky Thompson. Let Diz Pat and Max scrap for seconds and third. Who gives a fuck about runners up now that the best is returned?